Alrighty, so next video I want to take a look at is one by Spiritbox. It's called Jaded. It's already been out for a minute, but still I've heard from some of my viewers that it's a good video and that I should check it out. Also, obviously Spiritbox has just been an absolute sensation in the past couple years. It's become, I think, one of my husband's favorite bands as well, which is cool. And I haven't seen them live yet, but I would love to see them live because from what I've heard and from what I've seen from, live video performances, they look like they're a great live act. So also just excited to check out another video. In case you're new here, my name is Manon. I'm a filmmaker, and instead of doing a reaction to the music, I react to the music video and kind of get, a little nerdy and nitpicky about the art of music video making. I'm currently working on my first feature film. I'm also working on a TV show soon, which is why I'm in a different location than I normally am, although I never really am in the same location, but I tend to batch record these videos so that I have some time to work on all of my other projects as well, which is why, this video looks a little similar to some of the other ones that you may have seen. Anyway, let's not make this intro too long. Let's just get into it.
I feel alone in my body. I feel a silence underneath. In these valleys of blood, in these rivers of rust. Shoulder all the blame again. We were locked into the end. It was violent and rough. I was
All right, let's talk about my first impressions here. So I'm really loving the style of this. I love the sort of funhouse mirror thing that they've got going on. So they're kind of distorting, and we see a lot of different, iterations of Courtney here. I love her costume, by the way. I think she's wearing something like latex, which is also reflecting the glow of the neon on her black latex here. So that looks really, really cool. Love the black hair with it. Makeup looks really kind of clean, but very nice. And what I thought was kind of an interesting choice is in the opening, let me see. She seemed to be singing here, but I couldn't hear any voice. So I wonder why that was. Interesting choice. But yeah, here you can clearly see what I was saying about her makeup being really clean looking. It's very, very nice, and it kind of fits the aesthetic of the environment that they're in. And I really like the sort of VFX cube thing that they got going on. So that's really neat. I can't find it right now, but it seems really cool to me. I'll point it out again. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's look at that for a second. I love how that transition into like the guitar and their set, the reflections on it, like there was something cool happening. It almost looked like a moon landscape. Very, very, very nice. And very consistent in the tones and colors that they're using. So everything is here is very cool tone, very blue, very nice. And like the only warmth we see is really in their own skin tones. So very cool looking so far. So let's continue watching.
I was never enough, but what if I was?
Okay, I see now that we're moving into a second story or a second set or narrative, if you will. And I wanted to quickly just mention that I cannot stress enough how hard to how hard it is to film with all of these mirrors, because you have to be really mindful that your camera, your crew, like none of that is actually seen in any of these mirrors. So you have to be really mindful and careful about the placement of, you know, your camera and your crew and all of that, so that even when you're moving the camera, that none of these are going to pick you up. To keep the illusion that, you're not there, we're only seeing them in this fun house, in the camera, or sorry, in the mirror situation. So that's really cool. And now we're sort of moving into this new space. Again, there's mirrors everywhere, but we don't have the neon anymore. Courtney is wearing a different outfit. She's really wearing a very cool jacket here. And she's wearing red lipstick now. So this is a different setup. And I love the way that this looks too. Again, it's very consistent in terms of color, but I think because she's wearing a different costume, it distinguishes itself enough to not be too confusing that this is now like a new set or a story within this music video. So what's really cool is this key that's falling. That's very nice looking, and it really stands out because it's such a warm toned kind of gold color compared to all of the cool tones that we got going on here. And then just a tiny, tiny thing here. But what I love in the new set for Courtney is that she's wearing this jacket and it has like maybe like big rhinestones on it and is reflecting the lights of it, which makes it seem like there's sparkles all around her. And I think that's such a nice little accent to it. Really nice looking. And that's fun. I love it when metal bands actually have female formers because they can experiment a little bit more with costumes, because usually the guys won't really wear, unless it's like Dimmu Borgir or something like that, where they do experiment with costumes more. But sometimes for men, the costumes are really kind of almost bland, to be honest. So it's nice they got like a costumer and who is now actually like it's serving the cinematics of this video, which I think is really cool. I've never found a way to be honest. All I know is a place where our haunted memories faded. Blood is that's it. Not a long video. It's fairly simple, but very effective. I love how consistent it was in terms of the color and the tone, and I love the glass cube and how it too was smashing like the glass or mirrors that we saw in the space in the set that the band was, and that also just looked really neat. The glass smashing and the especially, yeah, I love the cube specifically because it reminds me a little bit of the movie Cube. That's a very vague reference. Let me know if you've seen that movie. It's a good one. And yeah, I liked her costumes quite a bit. It was just very straightforward, solid video making, and it works well for what it is. It's a solid video. It's not quite as cinematic as some of these that we've been seeing. Like the other day, I covered Bismarck by Sabaton, and that was just like all out, like a short film with like a whole narrative to it and everything. And this is more your old school, just a band in like a space, and that's just as awesome. And I love what they were able to do, you know, stylistically with the neon and the blues. So yeah, that worked really well. Anyway, if you know more about this video, like maybe I'm missing something here, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any recommendations for other videos. I'm always taking recommendations, especially I love seeing like a little unusual or weird videos. Like I've covered a couple of really great ones so far that have come from viewer suggestions. So anyway, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'm always grateful for it, and I hope you will again in the future. Anyway, I'm checking out. Thanks so much. Peace.